Well, a little midday update. Raised that one nice fish and I think another late low one. Moved some spots, checked a couple things, weren't really seeing anything, and now we just pulled up on another spot here and we've seen 2 or 3 already. So definitely found some fish. Hopefully they get active and start eating instead of just following. But I just had a nice one up and on a tube, Red October tube. She kind of started to cut me off in the corner, but just didn't open up that mouth. So I'd say it's going to be a closer to a dark thing like normal, but we're going to keep chucking and hopefully get one to bite before then.
Got it. Oh. Sweet.
Big bait. It's been a grind all day, but got a lot of ciscos popping, just really big ciscos jumping all around. So I stuck the giant L-tail one, making a huge splash and just pumping it in. I got, I don't know, halfway back on that one and just felt thunk. Set the hook and got a nice fish here on the giant L-tail, same one we caught a couple fish on last year. Let's get her unpinned. There we go. Big giant cisco profile, cisco collar. Makes a huge splash, and a lot of times those fish, they hear that splash and they start looking up. Let's get her out. There's the bait. Big giant bait. I love it. Get her out. Really nice fish. Belly full of ciscos. Oh yeah, sweet fish. Super, super pretty fish. Welcome back to Mayhem's 10,000 Cast. There. Wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. 49 3/4. Way bigger than I thought. I always love when they do that to me. Well, let's get her back. Hopefully we can get another one before it gets too dark. Ciscos are still popping. We can hear them all around us. There you go. Trying to kick away from me. I love it when those fish just, I don't know. I think the more I catch, the worse I get at being able to tell how big they are. I didn't think that fish was anywhere even close to that. So I love it when they do that to me, but I don't know. Let's get another one, Brad. I think they're going. Just to give you a quick idea of how big this bait is. Put on the fat boy there. Tail stretched out, it's like 24, 23, 24, but super big, super heavy. I really like this bait. I don't like throwing it, so I generally don't throw it unless I know that they're eating. And with all these ciscos bouncing around, jumping, it's hard to beat. So we're going to keep after it here. Hopefully we can get another one, maybe a bigger one.
Well, this is big bait time, and I don't know what the deal is, but these ciscos popping, these fish want some big baits. I just put on a Cannonball Junior. That's a big topwater. Had a fish come right up to the boat here, kind of blew up boat side, about 6 feet behind my bait. Can't see after dark, but definitely a good sign. Next cast right after Chase released that one. So this show is all about big baits, and we're going to keep exploiting all the different big baits that we have in our arsenal. Should be interesting. Stay tuned with us.
So kind of doing the same thing that we were doing in the last episode after dark is I'm watching Brad's bait come in, and he's throwing a grenade that's really big. He had one come in and went around and figure eight 2 or 3 times. Just did not eat it, but I could see that fish coming in on live scope. And then I don't know if it was his fish or a different one, but I just kept the boat going and I got bit about halfway back, and I'm just taking this big L-tail and just slow pumping it like this. Just felt a nice little thump, set the hook, and just nothing. But there's a lot of rubber there with not very many hooks, so easily could have just bit it and didn't get any hooks whatsoever. So we're on fish. I still hear ciscos just jumping around all over the place, so we're gonna keep after it a little bit longer, and then we're gonna head home and probably get out here tomorrow evening. It's too big, they can't set their teeth in it. So what I've been doing, instead of like lob casting it, I just go like this and I start working it. Shoulders are getting too tough, or too tired for the old over the head thing. So you just grab it, give it a good chuck. Like that right there. You know, we really weren't even planning on filming anything tonight, but we had cameras running. Before I got the 49 3/4, I actually got one on a walk the dog bait. It was on a big giant walk dog at Rabaska, right there. So that kind of told us to key in on a little bit big, on bigger baits, and then I caught the 49 3/4, and we're like, well, we should probably maybe make a show out of it. So there's one on there that we really didn't act like it was a show, but we're going to add it to it probably. So that's a big bait fish. Then after it got dark, they really didn't fire up on the walk the dog like we thought they would. I didn't see any more on it for, I don't know, an hour or two. Stuck the big L-tail on, got bit immediately. Raised a couple on it here after dark, right before dark, and then got one more bite on it. But we're going to call it a night here shortly. It's getting a little bit chilly, and the ciscos are not jumping like they were. So stay tuned for tomorrow night. Muskie bumper, measuring fish since 2008. Muskie boards that come in 3 different sizes, left and right-handed variations. They measure accurately up to 60 inches. Stainless steel hardware, lightweight and durable, and they float. We measure your success. Find us at muskiebumper.com.
Hey Chase, what did we get from Team Rhino Outdoors?
Big dog, St. Croix. We got 2 offshore planer boards, leaders from Stealth Tackle. We got the new Braid, some Cortland, and some Bahio sunglasses.
Wait, carry.
What are you guys doing?
10-inch hex. Husky with this. Got a new pounder and 2. Check out teamrhinooutdoors.com for all your muskie gear.
Day 2, we're going to cruise around. We're on a new body of water. We're going to look for some of those ciscos kind of in the water column, and once we find them, we're going to concentrate on that area to try to get some muskies. We're out today. We're throwing big baits, kind of like the beginning of this show, and we kind of made a couple different changes to some of the things that we're going to be throwing. Obviously, he's going to keep throwing that Rabaska, but he said the giant grenade. What I did today was made a little bit larger grenade than normal. It's got number 10 blades on it, actually 2 more skirts. It's a big old grenade, so something different, trying something new. It's all about big baits. This is actually a Team Rhino color, and we're gonna get after it. Hopefully we catch on this, and then we'll probably have to make it for Jeff and Team Rhino Outdoors. So stay tuned.
We've had 2 fish up already so far. Brad had one up on a giant grenade. I had one up on a cannonball. I'm now throwing a big walk the dog or a basket. I think it's 13 inches. Just trying to get a little bit of those more lazy fish because it's really hot right now. So trying to get those to convert. Hopefully they turn on right before dark though, because I am ready for some coolness. It is hot out here. But stay tuned. Hopefully we can get these fish that we marked earlier and get them to go.
Come up. Here, Chase.
Ready.
Nice fish.
Awesome.
Sweet. He's off. Kept it tight the whole time. All right, number 1 of the night. Still early, so that feels good. Nice fish. We're gonna put it on the bump, just take a look at it. But let me get this bump board wet, and we'll go from there. There's that. Grab this bait. TRL 2B got it done. The big monster grenade, I guess is what we're gonna have to call it. It's a lot bigger than the standard. It's got 2 extra skirts, 2 number 10 blades. Jeff Widman, I think we might have something here. We're gonna have to check into this. See if we can't get another one on it yet tonight, then we'll know for sure. Let's pull this one out of the bag. Number 1, big baits, catching muskies. We're on the edge. We're casting up on that edge where we marked some fish earlier, using our electronics to try to find fish, and it's paying off already. Skinny fish. Got some length, but she's skinny and wound up. All right, let's get her on the board, get a length, and get her back swimming again. Settle down, girl. Holy, a little longer than I thought. 47.5. Skinny for 47.5. Pretty wild. Let's get her back in the water. And she is trying to make her move already. Get over here, fish. She went right underneath the boat and is gone. Good release. Feels good. Number 1 out of the way for the night. Stay tuned, hopefully you get some more.
What do all Muskie Mayhem Tackle Pro staffers have in common? Big fish pictures. Choose the brand that the pros choose. Muskie Mayhem Tackle. Let the mayhem begin.
Magnum Ventures Inc., a woman-owned company, has you protected when it comes to snow, sand, and wind structural fencing products, providing residential, commercial, governmental, and Department of Transportation options for superior property and roadway protection. Proudly made in the USA, Magnum Ventures Structural Snow Fence reduces the drifting and icing of roadways, decreasing the number of accidents and the need for roadside assistance. Contact Magnum Ventures at www.magveninc.com for your project needs.
So like Brad said, we're on the edge. Typically we're a little bit shallower than this when we're edge fishing. Keeping the boat in like 26 to 28 foot of water, really like right around 27 would be perfect. So you got your cabbage edge and then you got your coontail edge. A lot of these fish are just sitting down right on the edge of that coontail actually. And then they're coming up and eating the bait. So we're just gonna keep working this brake line and hopefully they keep smashing these big baits. And I hope you guys enjoy this because I'm probably not gonna do this again, especially when it's this hot. Maybe in November, not this time of year. I am hurting and sweating, but hopefully that's a start to it. I didn't think we'd get bit till right at dark because it is, like I said, it is flat calm and hot. So hopefully they start going and we get a few more. Hopefully one's a little bit fatter than that one. Well, that was weird. Was kind of joking around a little bit. Brad had this thing hanging on the lure wall, and I decided to bring it because it's big. Not saying they wouldn't eat it, but it's a pretty goofy bait, and literally made like 2 casts with it, and I was getting it to work pretty cool. And I told Brad, I said, get that underwater and we'll video the freaking bait. I'll be darned, here comes a big old fish right behind it. She would not go, but it's just one of them weird deals. But we got the underwater of it, I think. The camera here overheated, so I don't have that. But I was just popping it in like this, because just straight retrieving it really doesn't kick like you think it would. But popping it around, it kind of acts like it's diving and darting. So I might keep it on for a little bit longer. Raised the fish that quick. It actually looks not bad, so I might keep it on for a little bit longer. It's pretty heavy though, I'll say that. But it's the big bait show. She is. Well, just had the first follow of the evening on the 13-inch Robasca. Super big walk the dog. The bait's starting to come to the surface. You can definitely tell it's starting to jump, and ciscos and smaller stuff. So I put it on, and I can't help it because I love this thing. But walk the dog figure 8s are never fun. She kept acting like she was just about ready to just open up, but she just didn't. And I kind of ran out of real estate with this thing. So we got that one marked. We'll come back later, hopefully. Hopefully I get one to just eat it instead of following it in, because that's no fun. So another one to the boat though.
Got it. Nice. Oh, I lost it.
Well, that was weird. Cool, but weird. On a 14-inch Jake, snowy Cisco color on Team Rhino. Got whacked out there. I was just kind of straight retrieving to get it down there a little bit, and then started ripping it like that. And I don't know, my second or third rip just felt weight, and I had it for just a couple seconds and it came right off. But maybe found something new to try. Kind of playing with all kinds of stuff. It's basically you throw a big bait to your back get store, and you get one that's like a little bit less of invasive on your back, and then you change again until that one hurts.
Well, it's that time of the night. We got the witching hour here. We're gonna go into the dark just a little bit, but we're gonna give it a try, that's for sure. We got moonrise right after sunset here, so definitely something to think about, and we definitely want to be on the water for that. So it's the beginning of August, and the weather's been hot. Fortunately for us, the water's cool enough to stay out here, so we're gonna keep working at it for another hour or two. So Chase kind of made a switch, you know, he started throwing that Jake, and I thought I might as well go back to the surface. So got the old Cannonball, not the Cannonball Junior that most people throw, but big baits. So we went with the Cannonball. Added a couple split rings so we get a little clank off that prop. Makes a lot of noise. Hopefully it gets the job done yet tonight.
Good job, Brad.
That was a little bit of a strike, but we made it work.
Unreal.
She's wound up pretty good.
Now she ain't good now.
No. Oh.
Sweet. But all these ciscos are coming up, as you've seen on the live scope there. You can start seeing the ciscos starting to come up, so I just kept that big bait on. The 14-inch jig got it done. Team Rhino color, snowy cisco. It's got a purple head, brown side, big scales on the bottom. It's got a lot of flash, and I tell you what, this thing's pretty loud. Getting a little bit dark here, so I think I'm gonna keep it on even after dark. And I was just kind of cranking it down, because it's really not diving that deep. It's only diving probably 6 to 8 feet. I'm kind of cranking it a little bit and then just start ripping on it. Fish loaded that rod up right after I ripped on it. So let's get her out. It's a lot better fish. I don't know about length, but width for sure. She's quite thick. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I think it's a little bit bigger than I think it is. Pretty typical with us, but let's get her on the fat boy and see how long she is. Hold still, honey. Hold still. Kind of a slump nose there. 49 3/4 again. Well, 49 3/4 show for me, I guess. This one's a lot thicker. Let's get her back. Look how short that top of her head is. Super sweet fish. All right, let's get her back. Oh. Yeah, she's been eating some ciscos. Super thick fish. There she goes. I think it's always funny how mean they are in the net, and then you release them, they just swim off super slow. Always do that, the big ones. I think they wear themselves out. But one thing I want to talk about a little bit too is that fish, as you see, she kind of staying on the surface a little bit. You can see her there, she's starting to kick down. But one thing that I tell all my clients and anyone that asks me about it, if you get one that's floating, if they're upright, just leave them alone. If they're floating out there, they will go down eventually. You can watch them, but I just let them go. Because if the more you hold on to them, the more you're going to stress them out. So just let them go, let them do their thing, and they'll go down in, I don't know, 5 minutes if that. So I don't know. I want to get another one. That was a little bit bigger than I thought it was when I first hooked it. And big 14-inch jake isn't for trolling anymore. Awesome.
Well, it's time to make the switch back to the grenade after seeing that fish caught. See if we can't get one more on the old grenade. Monster grenade, big fish, big baits. You know, one of the things that we should maybe talk a little bit about is the fact that we're catching a lot of bigger fish, and it's really cool. And the reason that we're doing that, I think, a lot of the times is we're locating those ciscos, and once we're on those ciscos, it seems like some of the bigger fish tend to hang with them. So hence the reason for big baits, the ciscos, big bait. That's what we're doing.
I'm tired.
I am too. Not a big one, but she got her T-bone. Stay out of that trolling motor. Get over here, girl. Ready, Chase?
Big grenade.
Sweet. Sweet. Just about lost the net. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a boat literally right by us. They took off right as we netted this fish. My headlamp came on, and I think they left at the wrong time. Again, Team Rhino tool monster grenade after dark. Pretty cool to get this fish, that's for sure. Let's get her unpinned here. Need some pliers. Let's see. Got one more hook right in the corner of that mouth, and it's free. There's one thing I want to talk about a little bit here with these grenades. It's amazing how many fish we get after dark on them. I don't know, there's something special about that tail-bladed bait. These fish can't resist them. They come straight up to the boat. This one, actually, I went around twice. The old figure 8 got it done tonight. All right. Monster grenade. One thing that actually helped me on this one, I went around twice. And before she committed to the bait, Chase is like, I see her on the live scope. So I knew she was there. It enabled me and empowered me to basically keep going with my figure eight. It wasn't too long after that I came back around on my third corner and she just chomped. Set back into her. Let's pull her out of the bag. We'll take a look. Not quite a 49 3/4 or whatever Chase just caught, but it's a beautiful fish, and I love them all. Ah, nice fish. Awesome. Nothing better than chasing tullabies and bait fish. If you don't have tullabies in your body of water, there's some other kind of bait fish to fish after, and this is the results. Muskies love eating bait, and guess what? If you're there at the right time, they're gonna chomp. Let's get her back. And she is tensing up. There you go, girl. Go back down to the depths. Find another cisco or two. She's waving goodbye. Goes back to what Chase said earlier. Takes them a couple seconds, straight back down. Hopefully going to eat some more ciscos tonight. Pretty darn good night. 3 fish like that, and 3 nice fish.
Well, I think that's a wrap. It's 11:30. Not as late as we usually go, but we've been running pretty hard in the shop. I got some more work to do tomorrow to get some orders out, so we are going to call it a night. Can't complain at all though. We've fished, I don't know, 5-6 hours maybe. 3 fish, 2 really good ones. Throwing some big baits, some demanding baits, but it was worth it. Super, super cool to get it done and finish up from that other night that we had with those big fish as well. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.